Most people see America as highways and cities, but there's another map, one hidden in the backcountry and forgotten towns. Today, we're venturing to the ultra-remote places where life moves at its own pace and self-reliance is a way of life. We'll uncover stories written in dirt roads and whispered on the wind, where the American dream is about connection, not accumulation. If you're ready to see what's beyond the pavement, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Our first stop is Supai, Arizona, deep in the Grand Canyon, reachable only by foot, mule, or helicopter. The havasupai people have called this canyon home for centuries, living in harmony with the land and the turquoise waters of Havasu Creek. The mail still arrives by mule, and the village is a testament to resilience and tradition, surrounded by breathtaking waterfalls. Supai is a world apart, remote, beautiful, and fiercely protected by its people. Next, we head to McCarthy, Alaska, a town where the wilderness is the town. After a rugged drive, you cross a footbridge into a place frozen in time. Born from a copper boom that faded in 1938, the remnants of the Kennecott mines loom over a small, tight-knit community that endures brutal winters and lives off the grid. Here, independence is survival, and the vast Wrangell St. Elias National Park is both neighbor and challenge. In summer, a few adventurers visit, but for most of the year, McCarthy belongs to its residents and the wild. It's a living reminder of the frontier spirit. In Monowi, Nebraska, the population is 1. Elsie Eiler. She's the mayor, clerk, librarian, and runs the Monowi Tavern, keeping the town alive after everyone else moved on. Monowi was once a bustling railroad stop, but as times changed, Elsie stayed, paying taxes to herself and serving travelers. Her story is one of loyalty and quiet dignity, a living memory of a vanished community. Monowi exists because one person decided it should. Buford, Wyoming, once called itself the nation's smallest town, perched high on the windswept plains. For years, Don Salmons was its only resident, running the trading post and serving travelers on I-80. After he sold the town, Buford became a quirky ghost town, proof that even on a major highway, isolation can take hold. Buford is a strange monument to the boom and bust of the West. Whittier, Alaska, is a town where nearly everyone lives in one building, Bagich Towers. This former Army barracks houses apartments, a store, post office, and more, all under one roof, sheltering residents from the harsh elements. The only road in is through a one-lane tunnel that closes at night, making Whittier feel like a world apart. Life here is close-knit, with neighbors just an elevator ride away, surrounded by mountains and sea. Whittier is a vertical town, shaped by necessity and isolation. Elkhorn, Iowa, is the largest rural Danish settlement in America, where heritage is fiercely preserved. The town's authentic Danish windmill and traditions reflect the legacy of immigrants who built a community far from home. Here, culture is as important as geography. Neighbors know each other, and the Museum of Danish America keeps history alive. Elkhorn is a reminder that the exotic can be found in the heart of the Midwest. Ten Sleep, Wyoming, is a quiet town at the foot of the Bighorn Mountains, named for its distance from everywhere else. With just a few hundred residents, it's a gateway to world-class climbing and profound peace. Life here is slow, marked by seasons and silence, where the stars and wind are constant companions. Ten Sleep is a place for those who choose simplicity and self-sufficiency. Grafton, Utah, near Zion National Park, is a beautifully preserved ghost town. Settled by Mormon pioneers, it was abandoned after floods and hardship proved too much. Today, restored buildings and a haunting cemetery stand as silent witnesses to the past. Grafton's picturesque ruins have even starred in classic films. It's a poignant memorial to pioneer dreams and struggles. Oatman, Arizona, is a former gold camp where wild burros now roam the streets. The town's old wooden buildings and Route 66 spirit attract visitors, but it's the burros, descendants of miners' pack animals, that steal the show. Oatman has embraced its quirky identity, surviving the bust and bypass of the highway. It's a living Western movie set, unforgettable and unique. Terlingua, Texas, sits between two vast parks in the Chihuahuan Desert, a ghost town reborn as a haven for artists and adventurers. Once a mercury mining hub, its ruins now mingle with off-grid homes and a vibrant, creative community. The Starlight Theater, once a ruin, is now the heart of local music and gatherings. Terlingua is famous for its chili cook-off and fiercely independent spirit. It's a place where solitude and creativity thrive in the desert. Silverton, Colorado, sits high in the San Juan Mountains, accessible by the harrowing $1 Million Highway. Born in a mining boom, its Victorian Main Street and historic buildings are preserved against a backdrop of jagged peaks. Tourism now sustains the town, but when winter comes, Silverton returns to its quiet, isolated roots. It's a tough, beautiful outpost for those who choose mountain solitude. Chitina, Alaska, marks where the pavement ends and wilderness begins. Once a key railroad town during the copper boom, it's now a quiet outpost with a handful of residents. In summer, people flock here for dip netting salmon in the Copper River, a vital, chaotic tradition. The rest of the year, Chitina is silent, weathered, and fiercely independent. It's the true edge of Alaskan adventure. Greenbank, West Virginia, sits in the National Radio Quiet Zone. No cell service, no Wi-Fi, no microwaves. The massive Greenbank telescope listens for signals from space, so the town lives in an enforced analog bubble. Scientists, locals, and people sensitive to electronics coexist in this unique, signal-free community. Life here is face-to-face, unplugged, and shaped by the search for cosmic whispers. Greenbank is one of the most unusual and isolated places in America. Jarbidge, Nevada is tucked deep in the mountains, reached only by rough, unpaved roads. Once a gold rush boomtown, it's now home to just a handful of fiercely independent residents. Surrounded by wilderness, Jarbidge offers profound solitude and freedom for those seeking the edge of civilization. It's a destination for those who want to disappear into the wild. Hanksville, Utah, sits in a desert so alien, NASA uses it to simulate Mars missions. The town is a tiny hub for ranchers and adventurers, surrounded by surreal canyons and rock formations. The Mars Desert Research Station brings scientists here, but for locals, this harsh, beautiful land is simply home. Hanksville is a testament to human tenacity in a landscape that feels otherworldly. Hyder, Alaska, is a tiny town at the end of a Canadian highway, more connected to British Columbia than the rest of Alaska. It uses Canadian services and time, but proudly flies the American flag. Once a mining boom town, Hyder now has fewer than 100 residents and calls itself the friendliest ghost town in Alaska. Its unique cross-border culture and bear viewing draw curious visitors. Hyder is a quirky enclave shaped by geography and history. Luckenbach, Texas, is a tiny hamlet with a giant heart, made famous by a classic country song. With just a post office, bar, and dance hall, it's a gathering place for musicians and music lovers seeking simplicity and community. Founded as a German settlement, it was revived as a free state of mind, where everyone's welcome. Luckenbach is remote in spirit, a joyful escape from the modern world. St. Elmo, Colorado, is a remarkably preserved ghost town, with a handful of residents and a summer general store. Founded in the mining boom, its wooden buildings and cabins offer a glimpse into frontier life. Unlike many ghost towns, St. Elmo was never vandalized, thanks to the care of its guardians. Walking its main street is like stepping back in time. St. Elmo is a living museum of Colorado's mining past. Port Protection, Alaska, is a remote community with no roads, no government, and no traditional economy. Residents live off the land and sea, building their own homes and relying on each other for survival. Life here is dictated by tides and seasons, demanding constant work and self-sufficiency. For those who stay, it's a life of freedom and deep connection to nature. Port Protection is a raw look at modern frontier living. Cornucopia, Oregon, was once a booming gold town in the Wallowa Mountains. After the mines closed, it became a ghost town, but a few people still live here, surrounded by wilderness and mining ruins. The restored cabins and skeletal mills are monuments to its feverish past. Cornucopia is now valued for its solitude and natural beauty. We've reached the end of our journey through America's hidden corners, places defined by resilience, independence, and the search for home. These towns remind us that adventure and discovery still exist where the pavement ends. Thanks for coming along. Your support fuels these explorations. If you're drawn to the road less traveled, stick around for more stories from the fringes. Keep that spirit of exploration alive, and we'll see you out there.